Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, scholarships in education, Boy Scouts, oratorical, and shooting sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Wondering what it would cost to have a generator for your home or business? Contact Sean Barnett Electrical for a complimentary estimate for installation and yearly maintenance. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow! I'm in Sean's corner, and Sean will be in yours for all your electrical needs.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Well, hello everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. As tonight from Grand Lake Health Systems Court, Rider Nation Station brings you another sports telecast as the St. Mary's Rough Riders take on the Elida Bulldogs. The St. Mary's Rough Riders 5-15 overall, 2-6 in the Western Buckeye League. Elida comes in 13-7 overall, 7-1 in the Western Buckeye League. We're going to take a look at the two teams, but first we have a special presentation we'd like to share with our viewers. Former Rough Rider coach Jeff Janitas, affectionately known as JJ, before coming to St. Mary's to coach, was a longtime coach with the Shawnee Indians, and recently he was inducted into their Basketball Hall of Fame. We're going to step away. We're going to show you that presentation. We'll come right back and take a look at the two teams for tonight's contest, Elida and St. Mary's. But first, let's take a look at this.
I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Shawnee Athletic Department to welcome you to our 36th Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Our second inductee tonight is Mr. Jeff Janitas. Coach Janitas spent 11 years as a member of the teaching, faculty, and coaching staff of Shawnee. During his time at Shawnee, he served as an assistant football and basketball coach before becoming our head basketball coach in 1981. During his tenure as head coach at Shawnee, our teams never finished below 5th in the WBL, as well as never having a losing WBL record. Coach Janice's 1985-86 team captured the final Lima Holiday Tournament championship. After leaving Shawnee, Coach Janice continued his coaching career at St. Mary's, where he is ranked as the second most winningest coach in school history, as well as leading St. Mary's to their one and only state basketball tournament appearance. At this time, please welcome Mr. Jeff Janice to the Shawnee Athletic Hall of Fame.
Although Jeff is no longer with us, his legacy lives on in every life he touched and in every accomplishment he achieved. Today we honor not just his incredible achievements, but the passion he brought to everything he did. I know that he's smiling down on all of us and will be proud to see everyone here celebrating the mark he left on the world.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that presentation of Jeff Janitis being inducted into the Shawnee High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Tonight, it's the Elida Bulldogs and the St. Mary's Rough Riders, the final Western Buckeye League game of the season, the final home game for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. First of all, let's take a quick look, if you will, at Ryan Howard's Elida Bulldogs. They got a lot of young people on their roster, not very many seniors. I think they got about 4 seniors. But nonetheless, 13-7 and 7-1 in the Western Buckeye League. They've had a pretty good season.
Yes, they have. This is Ryan Howard's first year at the helm, though has been an assistant there for 6 years now. And he talked about pregame that they kind of got off to a rough start. That they lost 4 of their first 5 games and have since won 12 of their next 14. So it's a team kind of humming on all cylinders a little bit. Their schedule was very unfavorable early on. They took losses to LCC, state-ranked team. Spencerville, number 1 team in their division. Delphi St. John's, number 1 team in their division. Shawnee, top 5 team in their division. And then after those losses, their only other losses have come against Coldwater, state-ranked team. LCC again, state-ranked team. Bluffton, state-ranked team. So this is a very good ball club coming in here tonight. You know, their record, you look at 13-7 and go, decent team, not great. This is a very good ball club. They come in looking at their stats. This is a team that likes to get to the rim a lot. They only shoot 30% of their field goal attempts from 3, which is exceedingly low nowadays. So they really like to get into the paint. They got 2 really dynamic guards. Zori Island Rough Rider fans are probably very familiar with him. The last time he was here, Austin Parks was still on the roster, and he and Austin as a senior and Zori as a sophomore really had kind of a battle, and Riders really struggled keeping him in front of him, and he's now a senior, was first team All-League last year, now averaging 14 a game. And shooting about 45% from the field, 36 from 3. So very good player, very experienced, very quick guard. And then his running mate in the backcourt is Amari Wash, who's a junior. Rough Rider fans may remember him from the tournament game last year and regular season as well. But another very dynamic guard, again averaging about 14 points a game. It'll be all the Riders can do with their 2-3 zone. They got to keep those 2 in front. That's really the key tonight. Is are they going to give up penetration to Mari Wash and Zori Island?
Kelly, for the St. Mary's Rough Riders, 5-15, 2-6 overall. Right now they're getting ready. They'll have another game tomorrow night against the St. Henry Redskins to close out the 2024-25 campaign. But nonetheless, they're getting ready to go into tournament time, and the Rough Riders have to play well.
Yeah, they've had kind of some ups and downs here in just the last few weeks. Had a really lopsided game against Shawnee. Of course, a lot of teams have had lopsided losses to Shawnee.
Elida lost to Shawnee by nearly 40 points.
Right,
so, yeah,
right.
It's no shame.
Yep, so they had a lopsided loss to Shawnee, then came back the very next night and just barely lost to a really quality Sydney team. And so, then they come back the next week and they beat Kenton. Not a Tier 1 victory, but a win nonetheless that the Riders needed. And then turned around the next night and had a resounding defeat at the hands of Minster, another really nice ball club.
Another state-ranked team.
Yeah, another top team. So, it's been kind of up and down. They've struggled with size, and right now you look at the Elida lineup, you've got Parker Krim inside, and he's got biceps about the size of my legs, and a nice size guy inside.
Well, let me piggyback off that with the size. St. Mary's has battled size issues all season long, but when your leading rebounder, Alex Haney, is their leading rebounder at 4 boards a game, that's a pretty good indication that you're getting outsized a lot.
So yeah, Parker Krim's going to probably make his presence felt, not maybe as much offensively but defensively, because he's probably going to erase some of the easy shots that the Riders try to get into the paint sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see how we work offensively against him. I can tell you from last year, the biggest concern that Coach Blackburn is going to have is literally getting the ball down the court and getting into the offense, because Elida's got the personnel. They can get right up in your space and really
not even have to press, just pick you up man-to-man, a little beyond the half-court line, and just turn you.
Make your life miserable.
And we have seen that the last couple of games. Minster did it.
Yeah.
Correct.
They put a defender right into the point guard, bringing the ball up the floor, and caused all kinds of problems. And it kind of throws you out of your game plan. If you want to run the clock and keep the possession of the ball, you put somebody in your face that makes them speed their tempo up a little bit. Something that I don't think the Riders are used to.
A lot of pressure is going to be on Brennan Steger, really, to be able to get the ball down the court and try to get the Riders into some semblance of an offensive set.
Those St. Mary's Rough Riders have completed their warm-ups. They're over on the sideline beside their head coach, Jordan Blackburn. The Elida Bulldogs are completed their warm-ups. They're headed to this bench. Right now, they're lowering the flag for the playing of our national anthem. We're going to step away and we'll come back. We'll check the starting lineups. We'll have the tip-off of tonight's contest between the Elida Bulldogs and the St. Mary's Rough Riders right after this.
I don't always put a new roof on my house, but when I do, I call Eric Anderson with Grand Lake Roofing.
If you're looking for a fast, reliable, trustworthy roofing service, give myself and my team a call at Grand Lake Roofing, 567-890-ROOF.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design, with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
Alrighty, the national anthem played by the St. Mary's High School Pep Band as they get ready to introduce the cheerleaders and then the starters. I think while they do the starters, let's take a look at the tournament draw for the boys. We got a couple of minutes. We can bring that up on the screen. Let's take a look at the tournament draw that the Rough Riders boys will be taking on. If we can get that up, you can see it right there. Of course, the St. Mary's boys got a number 9 seed. Kelly, if you want to walk us through that.
Okay, so basically, in the state of Ohio, teams submit their records every week to Max Preps RPI, and they generate the seeding for the tournament. And according to Coach Scott Jordan, it's based on 40% of your record, your win percentage, 40% of your opponent's record, and then 20% based on your opponent's record. So they jumble that through the computer and determine the seeds for you. Gone are the days of coaches going and voting on teams.
Really?
Yeah, where you could go and kind of determine who you wanted to play and not play.
Exactly.
So anyways, then at that point in time, you go to the number 1 seed, who in this court situation is Elida, and Elida has the choice of where they want to go on the bracket, and they took that top line as a bye. And in the first round games, the lower seed gets to actually host the tournament game. Our girls last night hosted because they were a higher seed than Rossford. And if you look down here at St. Mary's, then St. Mary's is traveling to Bath, who's a higher seed, and playing at Bath next Thursday for the first round. And
that'll be a sectional final. So winner wins the sectional and would move on to the district here in Findlay next week.
So then Van Wert, if you look up above them, Van Wert and Kenton will play that first game. Again, Van Wert will host because they're the higher seed. And then the winner of that gets the honor of playing against Elida, again, sitting at that number 1 seed, and they took that initial bye. Usually teams will take that bye just because they,
get another week or so, a couple
rest,
days of rest.
Correct, and get to go watch those other 2 teams duke it out. So then at that point in time, if St. Mary's could beat Lima Bath, then they would be looking at the winner of what probably on paper would be the winner of Elida Van Wert.
Right. So that's a look at the tournament draw for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Of course, they'll be on the road at Bath to take on the Bath Wildcats. Right now they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups for both teams. They will do it in alternating fashion. Zory Island being introduced for the Elida Bulldogs.
And Joe, I should throw in, since we're talking tournament brackets here, last night St. Mary's girls hosted and then soundly defeated Rossford. And so now for their next game, they will be traveling to Miller City, which is a neutral site, to play against Kenton, who they just defeated last week here at St. Mary's, and to finish up the WBL season.
Well, and I didn't see all the girls' scores. I saw St. Mary's. So let's go back and let me ask you this, because St. Mary's was able to host because of what Napoleon did and what they wanted to do. Did they accomplish what they set out to do?
No, they did not.
Oh, stop.
In fact, yes, Napoleon, let me grab my bracket here.
Oh, my God.
Napoleon jumped up in the top bracket to play against Bryan. Now, again, we don't know why they chose to go up there. They could have chosen to drop down in the bottom bracket, but they chose to go up against Napoleon, against Bryan, and lost. Bryan defeated them 47-35. So for whatever reason that was that they chose to go up there, didn't pan out the way they wanted. And so Bryan will be playing Wauseon in that game instead of Napoleon. Yeah. And it was great for St. Mary's because by them, they were the number 4 seed, and by them going up above, we were able to host the game. So, yeah, that was nice.
That's crazy. Well, Parker Beam's been introduced as Ryan Monfort, Aiden Meinerdig for St. Mary's, Amari Wash, Brody Altenbach, and Eben Jackson. Oh, he's a big boy.
Parker Crim's got some Division I
told you.
football interest and offers.
Well, he's only a junior.
Yeah, defensive line.
All right, let's take a look at the starting 5. We'll flop them up on your screen for the Elida Bulldogs. It will be this: Zory Island, Brody Altenbach, Parker Krim, Amari Wash, and Eben Jackson. For the St. Mary's Rough Riders, it will be Ryan Monfort, Alex Haney, Brennan Stager, Parker Beam, and Aiden Meinerdig. Prim will jump center against Alex Haney.
I told you, his arms are about as big as my legs, and I was not exaggerating.
No,
he's a well put together young man.
Oh my gosh, that was a little lopsided toss.
That was a terrible toss.
We'll take it.
Absolutely controlled by the Rough Riders.
Gave that one to Alex Haney.
So it looks like a little man-to-man by the Elida Bulldogs.
Well, it's just quick hands by Zori Island.
Boy, Elida on that first possession, they're really getting out, being really aggressive in their man, putting a lot of ball pressure on, not letting the Riders get into their offense easily. I'm guessing that's going to be all night tonight. They're going to be denying passes and trying to take things away. Looks like the Riders find themselves in a triangle and 2, I believe.
Prim goes up off the window and got 2. Elida jumps out to a 2-0 lead and pressure being applied by the Bulldogs. Boy, they're just, right now, they're really quick.
They're going to need a 10-second call. Yep. Coach Blackburn wants a timeout.
Yeah, we got a timeout because they were headed for a 10-second call. So we'll take a quick break. A 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect gift for your man, son, or dad? Jackalope Stash Men's Clothing Store in downtown St. Mary's will help you score the perfect gift. At this haberdashery, you will find stylish formal and informal wear, along with the most fashionable and contemporary accessories. Not sure what to get your leading man? Stop in and purchase the Jackalope Stash gift card. Make your man the best dressed in the room, no matter the occasion. Quality, style, stash. That's Jackalope Stash, where riders shop.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. A quick timeout. 7:14 remaining here in the first quarter, but St. Mary's was facing a possible 10-second violation. Elida just all hands and quickness.
Yeah, and if you watch, guys, there's a lot of ball denial, and there's not a lot of help side there. It's just one-on-one.
Stager fall away, won't go.
Yeah, I think Brendan Stager got kind of ripped off on that one.
Yeah, watch the replay here. That's a foul. I mean, he's just pushing him at the waist. Brennan felt the same way too. That's absolutely a foul. Hopefully that's not indicative of the officiating we're going to get tonight, because the Riders aren't going to stand much of a chance if that's the case.
Easy 2-point basket by Eben Jackson, the senior. I think Brendan Steger just lost where he was. Prim with a rebound back up and in. So quickly it's 6-0 Elida.
Prim's averaging about 9 rebounds a game, but 5 of them are offensive. So he's just a monster on the offensive glass.
Here comes Amari Wash. The inbounds pass was just thrown inbounds to the 10-second, and Wash just outran the Riders to the ball. 3-point shot by Brody Altenbach. And it's 9-0, just like that on the American Legion scoreboard. Here comes Stager.
Altenbach, not much of an offensive threat typically on the year, only averaging about 3.5 points a game, but got an easy open look there and knocked it down.
Monfort drives left side, kick it back to Beam. He needs help. Give it to Stager. He'll set it out and step out and set the offense. Give it to Haney.
That's what Brennan Steger needs to do right there. He doesn't have a quickness advantage, but he has a little bit of a size advantage.
Amari Wash knocks it out of bounds, and I think really, in all honesty, the scouting report is out on the Rough Riders. I think, you put pressure on the ball, and you can force them to pick up their pace and possibly cause a lot of turnovers. Steger with it.
One of the things we talked about, both girls and boys, when a team really gets up in your face defensively, there are several things that you can do to relieve pressure, and one of them is
right there.
Right there, bury your head and go.
Oh, Steger should have just caught it and went up with it. He got it though. He finished strong. 2 points for Steger, and that one's thrown out of bounds.
Riders doing a nice job. I'm sure scouted that, I would guess. Elida running a little bit of the sideline, fast break, pass it up. And Aiden Meinerding knew where to be, and he anticipated it, forced the turnover.
Meinerding off the window, and 2, just beat Elida down the floor, got behind the defense. Easy 2 for Meinerding.
Good job there by the Riders running the floor. You gotta, against a team that's pressuring like that, make them defend the whole floor. Don't put all 5 guys in the backcourt and make it easier for them to defend. Got to have good spacing. They did a nice job there.
Ball's on the floor, stolen by Parker Beam. Riders have it, 3-on-1, now 3-on-2. Haney loses the basketball. Here comes Island. Island against Steger goes up, and it's knocked out of bounds. Well, they're going to say it's knocked out of bounds by Parker Beam.
Good hustle there from Beam as Island.
Yep.
That was a volleyball spike.
Yeah,
it was.
As Island was going out in transition, he was trying to do a little reverse action. Parker Beam wasn't having it.
3-point shot put up and is good by Brody Altenbach, a 6-foot junior.
That's tough for the Riders. You got 2 really dynamic guards in Wash and Island, and you're saying, all right, Altenbach is averaging 3 points a game. We're just going to let him shoot, and he knocks it down.
Nice job by Alex Haney, just drove the paint.
It's a turnover.
Turnover will give the ball back to the Rough Riders. Want to make mention for you watching along the way that at halftime we'll have a special interview. Bryce Brenneman, alum of the Elida Bulldogs, will join us at halftime. Of course, I think, wasn't he recently inducted into their Hall of Fame?
This past Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've had 2 with JJ at Shawnee and Bryce at Elida. So we're going to forego our telestrator for the halftime show and just go with a little interview with Bryce. And Bryce has got some great stories.
I was just going to say that, the stories he can probably tell. So Alex Haney will trigger it in for the Rough Riders. Gives it to Monfort. Meinerding. Well, I'll tell you what, Island just reached around and stole the ball and throws it out of bounds. So
I talked to, get the stats here before I start talking. I talked to Coach Howard before the game, and he talked about their turnovers, and he said something that I've always thought as a coach. When you elect to play a fast tempo game, which the Elida Bulldogs want to do, you're going to naturally have a few more turnovers. It's the nature of the game, and you're encouraging them to push the ball. Sometimes they're going to make decisions that probably aren't the best, but he said
when you
sometimes
have to speed things
live with
up,
it.
you're going to make worse decisions sometimes.
Yep. And he said sometimes you just got to live with it.
Island. Mari Wash back to Island.
You're talking about Zori Island and his defensive prowess. He's averaging almost 3 steals a game. So it's not out of the ordinary for him.
Whoa.
Great hustle there from Parker Krim.
Absolutely.
It was almost, his football talents there, almost like a fumble. Ball loose on the ground, he jumped right on it.
You can see he was salivating when the ball went on the floor.
That's right.
We failed to mention the appearance of Casey Gross into the lineup for St. Mary's.
Yeah. Also, Hud Hertenstein's in the ball game as well.
Correct. And Casey did not play last weekend. On Saturday, at least, little ankle injury from the Kenton game.
Riders really defended that little screen action that Elida just ran very, very well. They traded off, and that's what you got to do when they set screens on the zone. You got to communicate and point out who's got who.
Island off the front of the iron from 3 won't go. Here comes the Rough Riders.
Riders are going to take that shot. If Island wants to take a 23, 24-foot 3, that's a win for them. You know, he's not a great three-point shooter. He's much more dangerous off the dribble. So that's a win as a possession for the Riders. And, you know, really especially finding themselves down 9-0. Riders have kind of stabilized a little bit here.
Right.
You know, not turning it over quite as much and looking a little better. Probably not a great shot there from Alex Haney. You know, a deep three. You know, especially a minute left in the game or in the quarter, you maybe hope for a little longer, a little better possession there.
The Riders have in the last several games shown the desire and sometimes the ability to slow the game down and run time off the clock.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they want to do that tonight. They don't want some 60, 70-point game.
No, they cannot beat Elida in a fast-paced game. Their guard play is too good.
Wash for three, got it.
Wash only shooting about 30% on the season from three. So again, if the Riders are going to get beat, that's how they need to get beat. Is you let them shoot perimeter shots, because like I said, they don't shoot a lot of threes. They only shoot about 30% from the three as a team. So if they're going to beat you that way, they're going to beat you that way.
Ball was stolen by Jonathan Payne. Noah Jospel with the basket.
It's a tough sequence there for the Riders. Turn it over and then give up the end one. We're in a decent position, you know, down 6-12, and suddenly now the lead balloons up to 11 instead of 6.
Jospel misses the free throw. Riders have it. We're down to 25 seconds remaining. Ball sails out of bounds. Ryan Casey Gross will trigger it in. He's being guarded by Jonathan Payne. Parker Beam in the paint. Whistle.
Really active hands by Zori Island there, helping out.
Well, I think one of the things that Parker Beam did, and obviously it was no fault of his own, but, you know, to bring the ball down.
Yeah,
bring it to your waist and let them little guys reach in there and grab it.
Yeah, especially against somebody like Island who's so short.
Not a good pass by Gross.
And 6th turnover already for the Riders on the game. You know, you're on pace there for 24 on the game. They're definitely not going to be able to stay in this game if they turn the ball over that much.
Payne will trigger it in. 7.5 seconds remaining. Here comes Island. Give the ball to Wash in the corner. It goes to Alton Bach, and he hits it at the buzzer. So that's the end of the first quarter with the score on the American Legion scoreboard. The Elida Bulldogs 20, the Rough Riders 6. We'll be back.
Looking for the perfect gift for your man, son, or dad? Jackalope Stash Men's Clothing Store in downtown St. Mary's will help you score the perfect gift. At this haberdashery, you will find stylish formal and informal wear, along with the most fashionable and contemporary accessories. Not sure what to get your leading man? Stop in and purchase the Jackalope Stash gift card. Make your man the best dressed in the room, no matter the occasion. Quality, style, stash. That's Jackalope Stash, where riders shop.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet. Alrighty, we welcome back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbut alongside Derek and Kelly J. Kelly got some numbers in the first quarter.
Okay, big number for St. Mary's, 6 turnovers, as Derek just said a couple minutes ago. That's 24 turnovers for the game. You gotta clean that up and get some shots off. Elida's coming out scorching out of the blocks. 4 of 6 from the three-point line for 67%. Brody Altenbach seems to be the man of the hour right now. 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And you know, we talked about defensively, when you have 2 just dynamic guards like the Elida Bulldogs have, you sometimes have to give up something. And they're choosing right now, the Riders are choosing to focus on some of these other guys, or not focus on these other guys. And right now, Altenbach's taking advantage of it.
Turnover, give the ball back to the Rough Riders. Steger with the basketball, gets a pick by Haney.
I'm sure Coach Howard was probably not exceptionally happy with that turnover. And the Bulldogs are looking at 5 turnovers on the game, so they haven't played what I would consider a clean game so far as well.
Absolutely not.
And that wasn't a fast pace. That was just careless turnover.
Unforced
error.
Drive a coach nuts. Haney with the basketball.
Again, what do we talk about when the team's really up in the shorts like that? You're gonna have to do some back screens, some back cuts, and sometimes it's gonna have to put your head down and go to the rim.
Because they're just, if you watch, they're switching almost everything. Because with the exception of Krim, everybody's about the same size, so they just switch. And if you're not going to the rim, you're just going to get beat.
Steger had good position, just couldn't get the basket to fall. Out it goes to Monfort for 3. Nope, off the iron, rebound. Tipped up in the air. Elida comes down with it. Island with it. To Hill, Wash, Island. Altenbach.
That's a double dribble.
And he double dribbled the basketball, so that turnover will give the ball back to the Rough Riders.
That evens up the turnover category, a 6 apiece.
Really?
Yeah. And again, I'm sure that's not a turnover that Coach Howard would be happy about. It's not pushing the ball and keeping the fast pace of the game. It's a half-court offense, careless turnover.
Haney's going to take it to the basket, goes up, and it's blocked by Krim.
I don't think that was goaltending. I think Alex Haney just used his left hand, got it blocked.
Let's take a look at that if we got it on the Jackalope Stash instant replay. Alex Haney's drive, you see it right there.
No, that's not a goaltending. That's a good block.
What did they call him in the paper? The
Krim Reaper.
The Krim Reaper, which is pretty good, and he gave him Dikembe Mutombo on that one. Not in this house.
No, not today.
Not today.
Wash, Altenbach with the basketball. Island.
Oh, I can't lose him.
Shot up won't go. Rebound comes down to Parker Beam. Here comes Steger.
Good shot fake.
Haney's on the ground.
Can't jump to pass.
Elida runs the floor extremely well. That possession finished by Marcus Hill.
And to be honest, Haney probably should have shot that ball. Probably a little bit of an intimidation from the last possession.
Yeah.
Now we got a blocking foul by Amari Wash.
I think that's going to be 2 on Wash. Yep. Send him to the bench.
That's something helpful.
Eben Jackson back in for him. Yeah, it definitely does help. Yeah, you're right. I think Alex Haney was having a flashback when he saw Parker Krim coming from the backside, waiting to meet him at the rim. But yeah, he did. He needed to go up with it.
Haney to Steger. Back to Haney.
Cut.
Shakes and bakes, doesn't get the ball to fall. Here comes Elida the other way. Island. That should be an offensive foul.
Yep, there we go.
Offensive foul called.
And we'll look at that one on the replay. I think that was a no-doubter, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Easy call.
Evan Jackson guarding Brennan Stager. Needs help. Give it to Haney. To Gross. Oh.
I think they're going to get Island on that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be 2 on both Wash and Island. That's about 30 points a game right there, just headed to the bench between the two of them.
And Island goes to the bench, and Jonathan Payne checks in for Elida. 4:38 remaining on the American Legion scoreboard, 22-6. Lob it into Haney. Needs help.
So we'll see what Coach Howard's philosophy is. Will they sit for the next 4.5 minutes?
Stager fall away. Nice shot by Brendan Stager.
I'll give a little Elida girls history here. The legendary girls coach at Elida, Vicky Mock, she had a philosophy: you got 2, you were done. It didn't matter who you were done for the half.
The half.
Yep.
You could get them in the first 30 seconds of the first quarter.
You were done. Yeah. And then if you picked up your third, you sat till the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was just her philosophy, and she stuck by it.
Parker Krim goes up off the glass, 2 points for Elida.
Boy, he's just tough to keep off the glass. Big guy. Oh, Casey Gross needed to go back door there. Jonathan Payne was way out of position. He was looking for the steal. He got to go back door. And he got a slip.
Meinerding stops. We got a whistle before the shot. Foul on the floor.
I think Parker Bean.
Why don't we take a look at that one at halftime? That'd be a good one to tell us straight.
We may not have time because we got
Bryce.
Oh,
that's right.
Bryce
That's right.
in.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
But
if we do, great. If not, no biggie. But yeah, that would be a good one. Parker Beam set up for the offensive foul because his guard didn't wait for him, and he needed to slip.
Krim oh my gosh, just throws throws Haney to the floor. Well, what's this?
Not sure if it's a flop. Is he calling a flop?
I don't know what that is. What is that? We need a clarification of that particular signal. Well, I don't know if that was a flop or not.
We're going to have to get on Rich to get a camera set up over there, so when the referee comes over to the table to discuss things, we can get a bird's eye view of it.
Stager for 3. Absolutely. Yeah, I have no idea what that meant.
I wasn't aware that there was even a flopping rule in high school. There is in college, but I didn't know that there was one in high school. We'll have to run that one by our referee rules expert, Bill Krug.
We got a whistle. I think he stepped on the end line, so the ball will go back to the Rough Riders. Now, all 10 players are on this side of the Elida side of the court.
Oh, there we go.
Stager's going to go for the baseball pass.
Got one-on-one, you got to score.
Just go up with it.
Yep, there you go.
You're either going to get 2 or you're going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, when you get a situation like that, even though it's not an open layup, it's still one-on-one. You got to be able to score in a situation like that. But yeah, you made a very astute observation, Joe, about the spacing there. All 5 riders on this side, on the right side for viewers of half court, got to have a little better spacing. Now, I'm sure they were setting it up to be able to go deep like that, but in general, you want to have a little better spacing.
Here comes Hill, goes up. Somebody has to step in front of him.
Yeah, especially after.
I know it's not a lot of fun to take the charge, but sometimes, yeah, exactly. So we got a timeout on the floor. A Sean Barnett electrical timeout being called. Head coach Jordan Blackburn not happy with the officials and letting them know it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
All righty, we welcome you back once again to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbut alongside Derek and Kelly J. Coach Blackburn not real happy about the way the officiating is going. I saw him have a conversation earlier with an official that it's not the hands that is making their fouling, it's with the body.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice job by Stager on the fadeaway, just couldn't get it to drop. Sometimes that might be the only way to get some separation from your defender is to do a little fadeaway.
Especially when you're giving up a lot of inches. Yeah. And you're a lot shorter.
I know it's not ideal. Payne with the basketball. Altenbach gets it to Jackson. To Hill.
Bulldogs a little more out of sorts without
their travel.
Guard play right now.
Okay. That was a charge.
He didn't fall too early, and there was definitely contact.
Haney.
There it is.
Nice little 8-footer from the side. Haney with 4 points.
Oh,
Good
there
job.
we go. Good defense. Look up, look up.
Casey Gross stuck his face in there and got the turnover. Here comes Stager. Haney. Gross goes to paint. Beam.
Riders need a bucket here. It'd be nice to get it down to 10 at halftime.
44 seconds remaining.
Nice
move by Minerding. Doesn't hit anything. Here comes Elida. They'll probably play for one shot. They're not in any hurry to get it across the 10-second line.
Having his big guns on the bench, I'm sure he's just going to be content to
just get to halftime.
Yep.
Little surprised. I honestly wouldn't have been surprised if he called a timeout.
Called timeout, get him
gotten
back
him back in and score before halftime, gain a little momentum back. They've been really stagnant and kind of struggling a little bit on offense.
Marcus Hill being guarded by Minerding.
Oh, that's a
walk.
Yeah.
All right, 5.3 seconds remaining. Turnover, which has also been the bugaboo of Elida here in the first half.
Believe it or not, they have more turnovers than St. Mary's right now.
St. Mary's really stabilized after that. That first quarter was rough.
Haney gets it. We're down to 2. Got to let her go. Stager. Nope, that's it. That horn sounds the end of the first half with the score on the American Legion scoreboard. The Elida Bulldogs 28, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 15. We'll be back and talk with Bryce Brenneman right after this.
St. Mary's Rider Rooters has been a pillar of support for all St. Mary's athletes for well over 40 years. Our current membership drive is ongoing, and it has its perks. Consider joining in support of the St. Mary's athletes. Join us at the game or scan the QR code. Go Riders!
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, scholarships in education, Boy Scouts, oratorical, and shooting sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future. All righty, we welcome you back. We are at halftime here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert with Kelly J. And I want to welcome our special guest, Bryce Brenneman, to the booth. Bryce?
Thank you, Joe.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So you are not only a longtime coach at St. Mary's, but a longtime educator, but a lot of people don't know that you're actually an Elida alum.
Graduated from Elida in 1972, Joe, a couple years ago.
It was a couple of years ago.
Now Bryce did not. He was not at Elida for 4 years. So Bryce, give us those first couple years of schooling.
Well, my first 9 years were at a school called Gomer, which was shut down after my freshman year, and we went to Elida. There were about 25 average in a class at Gomer. There were close to 200 at Elida.
Culture shock.
I did not. Yes, it was, but I did not mention this for I thought were wise reasons last week. But actually, the final year that Gomer existed, in basketball and baseball, Gomer beat Elida in the final basketball game and the final baseball game. So I did not mention that last week.
So why would you want to go to Elida?
It really wasn't a choice.
Yeah, right.
Allen East, Upper Soda Valley were examples of, in one case, 3 schools went together. The state was really pushing, and from all I understood, Gomer really didn't have a choice.
Right.
And apparently the state backed off right after that because New Knoxville and Putnam County schools survived, but everything was pointing in merging, and it just wasn't feasible to keep going.
And back in the day, they didn't have open enrollment. You basically went where they told you that the school district you were headed.
Same time, I was in the New Madison School District, and they combined same things, 3 small towns, which is now Tri-Village.
Tri-Village,
so yeah, same time period. Okay, so Bryce, you had just unbelievable scoring averages your last 2 years at Elida, and so I'm going to fast forward into the end of your senior year in basketball. And for our listeners out there, there was the Lima Land scoring race. And that was something that's really not pushed as much now,
Correct.
But it was a big deal back then.
And it was totally a creation of the Lima News. The 6 Lima schools were the only ones that they included in that. And every Monday during basketball season, they would give you an update, 1 through 10, their averages, and then they'd have an article, kind of talking about who had done what. And a lot of times they would have the 6 teams' individual scoring in small print down at the bottom. You'd have an update of who had scored. If some guy had scored 2 points, their name is there down at the bottom. In my junior year, I averaged 20 points a game, and I was 4th in the City of Lima scoring race. And I didn't take a lot of thinking. I looked at that list of 10. The other 9 were all seniors. And so there was a lot of talent leaving. There was a lot of rebuilding the next year, but I would say if there was a Las Vegas odds maker on who the Lima City scoring champ would be the next year, it would have been on me. There was nobody else maybe back that averaged 10 points a game. So my senior year comes around, and I'm up there at the top of Lima City scoring race, but a competitor emerged who was right there with me all year. And it was one of the 2 of us was either first or second for 10 weeks.
And the irony of
the irony, that doesn't sound, it's not enough. Going into the final game, I had 1 more point than he did. But this guy wore the same uniform I did. We were both teammates. Pat Mack had really worked on his shooting. He was a junior. And I told people, they tell me now, what would we've been like with the 3-point line? Well, I shot 3s, but Pat shot 4s and 5s. If he was across midcourt, he was in range.
Now I'll interrupt. Were we at the old, we were not at the field house?
Correct. This was 2 years before the field house, so we were in the old Elida gym, which I absolutely love, by the way.
So half court, when you crossed half court.
No, it was full-size gym.
Was it
It was full-size, yeah, it was full-size gym. Seating was small, but I love it. I never played in front of an empty seat in the 3 years I played.
Sure,
it was packed. So we come to this final game. Now this is kind of an awkward situation because this has been so publicized, and now here you are 1 point apart. Our coach called us in start of the week, and kind of told us, congratulate us on how well we done, but he said, don't be chasing points Friday or I'll put you on the bench. And I felt really uneasy going to that game because if there's a time either one of us takes a shot and the other guy was open, I felt like I was going to be branded for life.
Sure.
But the St. Mary's, that would have been Ray Graves' first year as a head coach. And three of the names on their roster that local people might remember, Dave Hosfeld, I believe, was a sophomore and hadn't really come into his own. Greg Urich, who grew up in the house right next to where I've lived for 40 years. He had 27 that night. And then everyone's favorite barbecue pitmaster in St. Mary, Dave Wright.
Dave Wright
was out there.
Shout out to Dave's Barbecue. I love his pulled pork.
I guess I owe all those guys a real thank you because I think Pat and I were both a little nervous that night. But that St. Mary's team sent me to the foul line for 18 free throws. And I only made 17. And that was the difference. And I got to thinking, I had no idea who Dave Wright was at that time, but I can't picture him being a finesse player or a finesse fouler. And I might have had to soak up in an ice bath after that game. I must have taken some pretty good fouls, but the free throw line was real kind to me. And the next year, Pat was the Lima City scoring champ.
So that game sends you over the top, and you get now I'll interrupt here and tell you, I went out and talked to Dave Wright and asked him about this. And as soon as I said 18 free throws, he started nodding and he said, I can guarantee you, Kelly, I was responsible for most of them. And he said we were under orders every game. Be physical, be aggressive, and play hard-nosed defense. And he said, so I guarantee you, I laid the hammer on Bryce quite a few times.
And I was accused of occasionally embellishing those just a little bit. If I got hit, I wanted the referee to know about it, but it's kind of hard to believe 18 free throws in a game, but I attempted 18.
That's great, and I'll run through, since we've got just a little bit of time here. Averaged 86% from the free throw line.
My senior year that year,
yeah.
And I got fouled a lot.
I've got you here going 189 trips to the foul line that season. So doing a great job there.
I actually had another game, 18 of 19.
Oh, wow. Shooting 53% from the field, and again, readers don't understand, no three-point line back then. So your a lot of your shots
mid-range, and I did shoot a lot of corner. I was known for being a left corner guy, but I shot from 20 feet in, and probably a fourth of my shots would have been three-pointers today, not more than that.
Bryce, let me interrupt. You recently been inducted into the Elida Basketball Hall of Fame.
Last Saturday.
Quite an honor.
Thank you very much. It was great. Had about 9 guys I invited to come join me, old teammates. It was great to see them. My basketball coach presented me. He's 80 years old. And Randy Prince was there on behalf of his father, who was a longtime
athletic director,
but also head baseball coach.
Oh, he was. Okay.
And I told them, I don't have time to tell you now, he gave me 2 bits of advice that made me a high school pitcher. And so I was very indebted to him for that. But Randy was there, and it was great to see him. And his dad was a really good guy that I had a chance to play.
Who was the head basketball coach?
Craig Kraft was his name. Craig Kraft.
And some of our basketball people will know Randy Prince as a longtime referee.
Right.
In fact, I think I don't know if we've had him this year or not.
We have.
Yeah, we've seen him.
He and I went to UT together.
Great. Great guy. So you went on to Taylor University, where you played baseball.
I tried to play baseball. I found that slow curve that Dick Prince taught me didn't work as well in college. But I was at a level baseball. It was just a little above where I could, and I had tried it for 2 years and it didn't work. But I really enjoyed all the baseball I played, and again, Dick Prince had a lot to do with that.
Oh, great. Well, Bryce, wish we had more time. Have other stories that we could go into.
The bullet story, you got to remember that one.
So, want to thank you so much for coming up here.
Glad to do it.
And congratulations from the Rider Nation Station staff and everybody from St. Mary's who played for you, students in your classroom, people that played from you, basically ran a tennis empire here at St. Mary's,
Exactly.
both girls and boys. So, yeah, congratulations, most heartfelt from all of us.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate being up here.
Congratulations,
Take
Bryce.
care, Joe.
All right, well, thanks for coming up.
Sure thing.
All right, the Rough Riders have the basketball to start this second half.
Get back into action here while Joe's getting things set up. Have to adjust our cameras a little bit. Looks like the Bulldogs are back into their man, and the Riders are content with just running a little clock, being patient.
Opening possession.
Shot up, no good. I bought all these 50-50 tickets, and I didn't hear a number. Or were they giving?
No, that was a walk. He
never put the ball down.
Yeah, he didn't.
See on the Jackalope stash, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, got away with one there.
Got Island and Wash back in the game, obviously, for
helps
the Bulldogs.
The offense a lot for Elida. They really kind of ground to a halt there at the end of the second quarter without those two.
Well, they forced the pass into Alex Haney, who tried to flash the paint. Kick back out. Steger comes up with the basketball.
Very fortunate there.
Monfort.
Riders a little stagnant here on offense, and I get being patient. Being patient's great, but need a little more movement, a little more cutting because, Elida's just denying the basketball.
Right idea, just couldn't get it to fall.
We've gotten a couple good looks here, being patient. Aiden Meinerding, wide open three. Ryan Monfort, wide open three. They just got to knock him down.
Amari Walsh with the basketball. Of course, Rider Nation fans know Amari Walsh from football. Outstanding wide receiver. As Parker Krim just got an easy 2 off the window.
Boy, that was really nice footwork by Parker Krim. Nice quick spin for a big guy. Showing some good agility. I'm sure that the football coaches are looking at that going, oh my goodness.
Gonna get a jump ball.
We got a big man with great footwork and agility. Gotta love that.
We've got a Sean Barnett electrical timeout called on the floor. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
32-15 on the American Legion scoreboard. 5:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Timeout called by the Rough Riders. We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Jordan Blackburn has made to his ball club.
I'm sure defensively, but probably talking about, all right, let's not gamble quite as much. They've kind of reached and they've trapped a couple times, not really getting steals. They're just giving up stuff, though. As I say that, they get a turnover.
Absolutely.
And we do our usual stats at halftime because
you can, absolutely.
Of our interview with Bryce. Actually, the Elida Bulldogs had 9 turnovers to only 8 for St. Mary's, so they actually lost the turnover battle in the first half.
Got to hit it. There it is.
Monfort for 3.
It was a big shot there from Monfort. He got some good looks earlier in the game, hadn't been able to knock him down. Riders desperately needed it.
Foul is going to be called on Haney.
Not a bad foul there.
They're actually lucky because he would have stepped out of bounds had, of course, maybe Haney
I think
pushed
the push,
him out of bounds.
I think the push got him there. But really not a bad foul there. You know, Alex Haney, no fouls in the game. It's the first of the quarter. Instead of giving up an easy layup, let's say, all right, let's stop the possession and try to get our defense set up. Can't leave.
Missed it. Here comes Steger.
1-on-1.
Goes up off the window. Got it.
That's just muscle taking it up over a smaller guy.
Mari Wash, nice dish to Parker Krim. Another easy 2 for Krim. He's got 12 points.
It's kind of been their MVP, grabbing a bunch of offensive rebounds and leading them in scoring thus far as well.
3-point shot by Steger won't go. Here comes Amari Wash. Just beats the Riders down the floor. Coach Jordan Blackburn is not happy.
Don't spin. Oh.
Don't turn your back.
Yeah, tough to
spin.
Got to
play down all alone is Hertenstein. Too little, too late. He was wide open when Alex Haney made the spin move. If he'd have just looked up.
There's 2 reasons that you don't spin in the press. One is you don't know where the defenders are coming from, so you can spin right into a trap. And 2 is right there. You're turning your back to your own offensive players. You know, Huck Hertenstein wide open at the block. Alex Haney didn't know it.
Yep. Haney for 3. Nope, off the iron. Nice job by Steger. Meinerding. Monfort thought about it. Baylor Altenbach in, brother, I'm sure, of Brody.
Yes, I questioned that one before the game, and that is true.
Hertenstein.
Good long possession here for the Riders. Got to be patient. Keep working it.
Nice roll by Huck Hertenstein.
I think Steger just needed to be a little more patient with that ball screen. Go a little harder because there really wasn't anybody in front of him. Just keep going at the rim.
Shot put up by Haney, rolls around and falls through.
Haney just found himself in the presence of Island, who he's way taller than, and just said, all right, I'm going to go right over top of you.
Here comes Wash handling the basketball.
Mari Wash, just a one-man slicing crew.
One-man press breaker.
Altenbach with the basketball. It's Brody. Give it to Wash. Oh, nice touch pass.
Ryan Monfort went to trap. I don't know if that was designed or what, but went to trap and the Bulldogs were not phased. If you trap like that, especially when the offensive player doesn't have his back turned, you better be pretty confident in getting the steal because otherwise you're just going to give up an easy bucket.
Hertenstein couldn't handle the pass from Steger. Here comes Wash, drives the paint, blocked by Steger, knocked out of bounds.
Wash complaining for a foul. He's lucky he didn't get called for a carry. No. He pinned it against his leg as he was going to the rim and didn't get called.
Casey Groves, Parker Beam into the ball game.
Zori Island just telling people where to go, saying, all right, you go here, you go here. Senior leader, he's been around the block for a while.
like a playground play.
Yeah, like, all right, you're here, you're here. He knew where everybody needed to be on the play, and nobody else knew where they needed to be.
Payne loses the ball out of bounds.
That's senior leadership there for you.
Yeah. Pressure being applied by Elida. Foul's going to be called on Baylor Altenbach.
Very few fouls called here tonight.
Stagger goes down off the window. Got it.
Stagger's putting himself together tonight. Really solid game here.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job handling the ball handling.
Yep.
Yes.
Handling the pressure. Oh, that should have been a walk. Did the gather and then put it on the without putting it on the floor.
Coach Blackburn agreed with you.
Yeah.
Amari Walsh with 2 of his own. He's got 9 points. That ball is knocked out of bounds by Jospel.
.23 seconds here. You'd imagine the Riders are going to work for the last shot. Had themselves here a decent quarter. Got to get something moving here, though. 10 seconds left. Hopefully they know how much time's left. Got to get something going to the rim.
3 seconds. Haney from the free throw line bounces up, and that will not go. The horn sounds the end of the third quarter with the score. The Elida Bulldogs 40, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 24. We'll be back with the final 8 of this ball game right after this.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
I don't always put a new roof on my house, but when I do, I call Eric Anderson with Grand Lake Roofing.
If you're looking for a fast, reliable, trustworthy roofing service, give myself and my team a call at Grand Lake Roofing, 567-890-ROOF.
.24 on the American Legion scoreboard. Kelly, some numbers in the third quarter.
Okay, so the Bulldogs outscored the Riders 12-9 in that quarter. For the game, Elida has 11 turnovers to St. Mary's 9 turnovers. So that St. Mary's is actually winning that category, which was not something that I would have expected before the game. Big difference right now.
Good pass.
Nice pass. Is the Riders are 2 of 10 from the three-point line, and the Bulldogs are 4 of 9. So that's kind of a big telling point in the game.
Oh,
so
that's
far.
a walk.
Yep,
Another turnover.
Slid his pivot foot.
Now I got to get back to the screen here so I can get caught up on stats. But yeah, the three-point shooting, and a lot of that was on the shoulders of Altenbach in the first quarter mostly.
Really, since that first quarter, Ryder's been pretty stable. You know, and good shot there of Casey Gross.
Casey Gross drills a 3, absolutely.
And
Yeah,
now
like
looking
I
at an
said,
11-point deficit.
Yeah, you know, like I said, that first quarter they really struggled, and Altenbach, you know, averaging 3 points a game, suddenly scores 9. Probably not something they expected, but you know, beyond that first quarter, they've been pretty even with Elida.
Actually outscored them in the second quarter.
Yeah, and
9-8,
right, get rid of that first quarter, and they're doing okay. It's just going to be tough these last 11 minutes. You got to get some stops, and you got to score.
And really, that bucket right there by Jonathan Payne, the Riders are going to have to gamble a little bit.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of ground to make up, and they are going to have to take some chances. And sometimes when you take chances, you end up giving up some pretty easy buckets.
Steger in the paint. Nice shot, Brennan Steger. Steger has 15 points. Nice night for Steger. Wash from the corner for three, won't go.
We'll take that right there.
Here
They want
comes
to take
Haney's
threes.
got 3-on-1, goes to the basket.
Oh, that's goaltending.
Yeah, that is goaltending on Parker Krim. Let's check it out here on the Jackalope Stash Instant Replay.
We should see it really well. Yep.
Yep.
Coming
Great.
off the backboard.
Great video work by Rhett Chisholm down there on the baseline.
Parker Krim did not like that one, but that was a pretty obvious call. Riders got to get back in transition here. Don't give up an easy bucket. Good job.
Jonathan Page with 2 points. He has 4 points off the bench for Elida.
Prior to that Jonathan Payne bucket, Riders were down to single digits.
Haney for three. Nope, off the front of the iron. Comes Payne with the basketball. Boy, Elida's got a lot of players that can handle the ball very well. Oh,
Oof,
nice move.
wow.
Shot up and it will not go. Amari Wash is fouled. He'll go to the line.
That was a really, really impressive move from Wash.
Ankle-
Really quick.
Ankle breaking there.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that-
kind of a little in and out
Yeah.
move. Really froze his defender. Yeah, that was just a good ball handling and yeah, excellent move.
Wash misses the first. He'll get one more.
You know, we talked in pregame about how Elida really likes to get to the rim, and they've done a fair amount of that tonight. They shoot a good amount of free throws as a team, but they do not shoot it well from the line, only 63%. And Wash is kind of part of that, only shooting 65% on the season. So for a team that has good guard play, usually teams with really good guard play shoot free throws well, but Elida does not. They struggle from the line, so could come back to bite them as the game goes on here. Riders may have to foul, and if that's the case, they're not a great free throw shooting team.
Stagger to Haney.
Riders just need to continue to be patient. Like you said, they're only down 11. That's not insurmountable the rest of this game here, especially if they can get Elida to miss some free throws here. They just need to go possession by possession, get good shots, and make some buckets. They just can't afford possessions where they don't score. You got to be pretty efficient down the stretch here.
Stagger drive, spin, fall away, up. Nope, won't go. Rebound, Krim to Wash. Elida coming the other way. Get it down the Krim. He's got one thing on his mind. Take it to the hole. He misses the shot. Good job by the Riders.
Did a nice job of sandwiching him there. Having two guys there really made it tough on him to finish. I think he saw Brendan Steger there and thought, all right, this is an easy bucket, but the double team came and took it away.
Shot by Gross, no good. Steger's going to launch a three. Got it.
So
there
it's
you
an
go.
8-point game. 3 minutes and change left.
See the three-point goal there on our Jackalope Stash Instant. Oh, that's a
Ooh,
walk.
that was a walk. He shuffled.
Krim goes
Good
up,
foul.
foul by Haney.
Good foul. Reason I say that was a good foul, Parker Krim 53% from the line on the season. If you let him go up with that, it's easy 2 points.
Oh, it was an easy layup.
We got a Jackalope Stash timeout on the floor. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to keep it right here. Write this down. I want to make mention of the fact that this is the last telecast of Rider Nation Station for the winter sports season. We're glad to have everybody along. We want to especially shout out to our sponsors that made this all possible this year. Grand Lake Roofing, Spees Chiropractic, Fowler TV on the 3-point goal sponsor, American Legion, the scoreboard sponsor, St. Mary's Foundry, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Buffalo Wild Wings, Ryder Rooters, Albert Sporting Goods, Jackalope Stash sponsored the instant replay all season long. St. Mary's Alumni Association, Sean Barnett Electrical, our timeout sponsor, and of course Capabilities. We want to thank all those fine folks for believing in what Rider Nation Station does as far as bringing our high school sports to our viewers, and we want to thank them again for all their support. So
we were saying last night, we were saying that Fowler's TV 3-pointer
yeah,
a whole
I
lot
heard.
of times. Yeah. Reese Rabel was lighting him up, and we just kept saying.
Who's having quite the back-to-back days here, was named the Sweethearts Queen.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, yeah.
And a few weeks before, which to me is the most impressive thing, salutatorian of the class. So smarts, looks, and
game.
And game.
Yeah.
Cribb hits a free throw.
So he had his 50% average there, basically.
There you go. Meinerding with the basketball to Stager. Stager with a turn. Nice shot by Brennan Stager.
Brennan's got 20 on the game. He's having himself a nice game on his last night here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court.
We've got a foul before the shot. I think it's going to be on Meinerding.
Marcus Hill just took the ball to the basket, put his head down, and
oh, that
drove.
should have been a travel. He threw an extra little step in there.
I saw that too.
Yeah. But again, not a bad foul. Like I said, Elida's not a good free throw shooting team. They really don't have a single elite free throw shooter on the team. And so, you just take what you can get. If they want to take them, let them have it.
Walsh won't go. Zori Island in the ball game.
And I think Coach Howard is calling a timeout to prevent a turnover there.
So we got a Sean Barnett electrical timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Wondering what it would cost to have a generator for your home or business? Contact Sean Barnett Electrical for a complimentary estimate for installation and yearly maintenance. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow! I'm in Sean's corner, and Sean will be in yours for all your electrical needs.
2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the basketball contest. Elida up 45-38. The Rough Riders have made a game out of it here in the fourth quarter.
Coach Howard wanted a timeout there because I think he realizes suddenly it's not a comfortable lead as it once was. They need to really value possessions and not turn it over, because suddenly this game could get really interesting if the Bulldogs start turning it over.
Well, I'm not so sure what that was about. That was a foul away from the basketball.
Coach
I think they called.
I
think they called a foul on Alex Haney.
For what?
I think he did reach. I could hear. I thought I could hear a little bit of a slap on Alex Haney, if that's what the call was. If that's not, then kind of a phantom call. But yeah, I think that's probably pretty legit.
In the corner, it goes to Island.
Shot.
That was big.
Yeah, and guess who? Senior leader. We pointed out earlier, that he was kind of telling guys where to go, and he hits a big shot there.
We got a foul called on the floor on Zori Island.
That's 4 on Island. It's definitely something that if they can get him to pick up number 5, we saw what Elida looked like when he went to the bench in the second quarter. So it'd be be really key if they can really go after him.
Haney goes up with a shot. He's fouled in the act. The foul is going to be on Eben Jackson.
Oh, that's a good call. Eben Jackson really kind of crowding him and not quite vertical on defense. Now, you know, we talked about Elida not being a great free throw shooting team. It's been one of the Achilles heel for Alex Haney on the season. Had a really nice year. He's averaging 14 a game, but from the line only about 67%. And tough because he gets there a lot. He gets fouled a lot because he's going to the rim. He's aggressive and he's plays inside, but not been a great free throw shooter.
Hits 1 of 2. We've got a lane violation.
He followed that one, knew it was probably
he knew
short.
he missed it.
And, yeah, went running in after it. Now the Riders have what's probably their quickest lineup in right now, and just they're going to have to get some turnovers.
And they're going to foul and send Elida to the line.
Wash may have gotten away with a travel on that one.
I thought it was just a foul, and not a bad, like we've talked about, not a bad foul. Let's start sending him to the line early, because, you know, yes, they've turned it over a fair amount, but that's kind of slowed down here in the second half a little bit. And, you know, like I said, they're not a great free throw shooting team. Wash is only about 65%. So hopefully they miss some shots, and that's kind of your hope if you're St. Mary's. They got to miss free throws.
Nice job. Oh, when he goes to the floor, Alex Haney does. So he's going to go to the line. It's like a baseball pass, and fouls. Oh, and Krim knocks him to the ground.
Yeah, it's not who you want to be knocked to the ground by.
And that's his first foul of the night.
Yeah, pretty remarkable.
Yeah, he has made his presence known.
Shoot it. Meinerding for 3. No. Steger comes down with it. Watch your elbow. That was a flop right there.
Yeah, it was.
That was a flop.
Yeah,
Nothing called.
Coach Blackburn was not happy about that one after the call in the first half.
Haney up off the glass and got it. Boy, the Riders worked hard for 2. Alex Haney with the finish. We're going to step away. We got a Sean Barnett electrical timeout on the floor. Right back.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Well, the Rough Riders doing what they have to do. Joe Hurlbert alongside Derek and Kelly J. They're going to the free throw line. They're putting Elida at the line. It's just kind of one of those things, but they're still in it.
Yeah, 9-point game. You know, if you can go down, force a couple missed free throws, go down and score, you just slowly chip away. You know, I try to force a couple turnover, you know, maybe in the first 5-10 seconds. If you don't, send them to the line.
Yep, right, just like that. Parker Beam draws the foul, but we'll send Elida to the line. It looks like they're going to send Zori Island to the line.
Zori Island averaging 14, almost,
over
14 a game. Held the 3 so far on the night.
Yeah, really quiet.
And
Island rattles a free throw home.
Obviously, those fouls early probably, you know, took him out of his game a little bit. But the Riders, you got to give credit to the Riders, who obviously made a point of keeping him in check, keeping him in front. And so they've done a nice job with him tonight.
It's both free throws. He has 5 points on the night. Here comes Haney, spin move into paint. In the corner it goes to Steger. No, won't go. Rebound, fought for.
We're going to call that off of Parker Beam. he doesn't like the call. I'm not really sure he got a lot of hand on it.
I don't know if we can get another look
he's
at that one.
He's shaking his head, and he's not one that usually complains a lot about, calls.
Yeah. Oh, almost got the turnover there.
Parker Beam just fouls out of the ball game, picks up his 5th personal foul. Ryan Monfort will check in.
Unfortunately, Zori Island is one of their
He's
top.
their best free throw shooter.
Yes.
Shooting about 77% on the year. And I don't know, you send a guy like Zori Island, he's played 4 years, senior leader. I don't know, those kind of guys just don't typically miss clutch free throws.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he's one of your best ball handlers, so he's going to have the ball in his hands when the Riders have to try to foul.
Stager for 3 won't go. Rebound comes down to Marcus Hill. Splits the defense. Tries to split it again. Gives it to Wash. No, Elida doesn't have to be in any hurry. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Elida's ball.
At this point, I'm assuming that the Riders are probably not going to foul, down 13 with a minute to go.
It's kind of out of reach now. A few possessions ago when it was 9 and they didn't score, that they kind of needed that one to stay in the game.
The foul's on Haney.
And as I say that, the Riders foul.
Exactly.
Yeah. Down the stretch here, we kind of made some comments about the free throw shooting, but Elida's really made free throws pretty consistently once St. Mary's started to intentionally foul, at least. Good little floater there from Casey Gross. It's a tough shot over Parker Krim, who's coming in to trying to swat that one.
25 seconds remaining here in the basketball game.
I think St. Mary's is, well, I guess not. Going to be tough to.
I think Elida's going to spread the floor. We're down to 14. That should just about be it.
Yeah.
That's the ball game, the final score. The Elida Bulldogs 56, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 43. We'll come back with statistics and wrap things up for the 2024 season, 2024-25 basketball season right after this.
Looking for the perfect gift for your man, son, or dad? Jackalope Stash Men's Clothing Store in downtown St. Mary's will help you score the perfect gift. At this haberdashery, you will find stylish formal and informal wear, along with the most fashionable and contemporary accessories. Not sure what to get your leading man? Stop in and purchase the Jackalope Stash gift card. Make your man the best dressed in the room, no matter the occasion. Quality, style, stash. That's Jackalope Stash, where riders shop.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court one final time where the Elida Bulldogs defeat the St. Mary's Rough Riders by a score of 56-43. They run their record of 14-7 overall, 8-1 in the Western Buckeye League. For the Rough Riders with the loss, they dropped to 5-16 overall, 2-7 in the Western Buckeye League with one final regular season game tomorrow on the road. They'll take on the Redskins of St. Henry down at St. Henry. Rough Riders got off to a slow start. They found themselves down early in the ball game, 9-0. I don't know if that had anything to do with it as far as the entire ball game. The Rough Riders didn't give up. They've done it. We've seen that all season long, where they just keep pounding away. They don't give up, but nonetheless they fall short tonight.
Okay, and just doing a little math, which you know is difficult for me. After the first quarter, the Riders fell behind 20-6. After the first quarter, Riders actually outscored the Bulldogs in the last 3 quarters, 37-36.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, getting that slow start. And
9-0 run.
9-0 run.
Absolutely.
Probably hats off to Brody Altenbach, because he's the guy who came out and hit those threes early on and really sparked them. And again, we talked about when you're defending a team, you sometimes have to give some things up. Yeah. And the Riders went in knowing that Zori Island and Amari Wash were their big scorers, and they had to take them away. And so they went in after doing that. And when you do that, you're giving something up. And the guy that they gave up was Brody Altenbach. And
made him pay.
He made him pay.
Yeah, he did.
To his credit, he hit the shots that he had to, and that was kind of the difference of the game. So, okay, so here goes for the Riders. We got Casey Gross with 5 points, Ryan Monfort with 3, Alex Haney with 11, Aiden Meinerding 2, Parker Beam 2, and Brendan Steger had really what I consider a monster game with 20 points, shot 8 of 19 from the field, 42%. And he was doing it all for the Riders. He was handling the ball, handling pressure against them, and then going in, taking the ball down into the paint, hit a couple threes. He really kept the Riders. He like put them on his shoulders and tried to carry the team. And so hats off to him. A really great game in his final game here at St. Mary's as a senior. For the Elida Bulldogs, Zori Island held well below his scoring average with just 7 points. As we just said, Brody Altenbach with 9. Parker Krim, and he was really a big factor early on in the game, with
especially on the offensive
offensive boards. 13 points, 6 of 7 shooting. So yeah, he was just, and I thought his presence defensively
affected some shots, blocked a couple, and just a couple of shots that people didn't take because they're like, oh, here he's coming.
He's coming. Right. Yep. So yeah, a good game for him across the board. Marcus Hill with 4, Amari Wash with 13, Noah Jospool with 2, Jonathan Payne 4, Evan Jackson 2, and Baylor Altenbach with 2 for a total 56. The Bulldogs were 21 of 35 for a blazing 60% from the field.
Wow.
5 of 12 from the three-point line for 42%, and important down the stretch, 9 of 13 from the free throw line for 70%. 12 turnovers, which was probably a little loose with the ball for them. Only 9 turnovers for the Rough Riders. Wow. And going into the game, we said that was one thing that the Riders had to do.
They handled it pretty well.
And they did handle the ball pretty well.
Right, and right off the bat, they had 6.
Like
in the
first quarter.
Yep, had them early because, we talked about averaging 29, and they finished with 9.
Absolutely.
So, a nice game with them.
Well, it's hard to believe the season has come to an end for us.
Yeah,
it's been a joy working with you and Mike, and it's been a wonderful basketball season. We hope our viewers enjoyed it as well. So, but that's going to do it as far as our sports telecast for the winter sports season. I want to thank again all of our sponsors who made it all possible. Our Rider Nation Station crew, we'll mention them. Ross Henshin helped from time to time. Hunter Winget, Doug Spencer. We even had Dave Weilbacher on camera once. We dug him out of the
he was here
archives.
Last night. He was here last night.
Was
he? Yes.
And then tonight it was Rhett Chisholm and Mark Huber on the cameras, and it was Logan Yelton and Rich Spencer down pushing all the buttons. So that's going to wrap it up for Rider Nation Station for the winter sports season. Again, I invite you to join us and like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube, because if we do things in the spring, you'll get a notification that this is what Rider Nation Station is doing. If we don't do anything this spring, we'll see you again next fall with Rough Rider football. So once again, for my colleagues, Derek and Kelly J, I'm Joe Hurlbert. We hope you enjoyed it here on Rider Nation Station. Until next time, so long, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.